How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you guys.
Hi, Ben. Well, you guys have set the table for this pretty well with that video and with what you've been doing beforehand. And Jake, I'll start with you. You've kind of indicated that at the end of the day, your boxing skills you feel are better, and that ultimately that's the difference.
No, 100%. I mean, this guy's striking is that of a grandma. Quite literally, if I put a grandma in against Jorge Masvidal, she would have lasted longer than this guy. You know, he's a good athlete, they say, but April 17th, he's gonna get exposed. You know, we saw Steve Cunningham earlier, going up against Frank Mir, and it's a boxer versus an MMA guy. I love Frank Mir, but at the end of the day, Steve's gonna take care of business, and then later on in the night, same thing's gonna happen. This is boxing versus MMA, and you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna see the difference of a wannabe fighter, you know, a guy who choked in the Olympics, a guy who choked in the UFC, and now a guy who's gonna choke against Jake Paul. I'm gonna end this guy's career as an embarrassment. Masvidal did it once, I'm about to do it again.
I heard of Jake Paul prior to accepting this fight, but I couldn't have told you a lot about him or his brother. I knew, you know, he kind of came up in his brother's shadow. He was trying to follow his brother's footsteps. You know, his brother's a lot more talented and a larger following. Those type of things.
You literally went on your Instagram and asked people for roasts. You asked people for roasts on your Instagram, and that was the top comment, was say that his brother is better than him.
Is he?
That's like calling Kylie Jenner Kendall Jenner. Like,
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah,
anyway, so
that doesn't matter. Still a compliment. I would love to be Logan. Logan's a great kid. Both stars, both taking over the world at a young age.
Okay, so when Logan's little brother called me out, you know, I thought about it.
You actually called me out. Let's get the facts straight. You called me out the week of the Nate Robinson fight. So continue.
Okay, so when Logan's little brother called me out the week of the Nate Robinson fight, I said sure. More than happy to, right? I like to fight. I've been fighting for a long time. Never boxing, but I've done wrestling, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu. And you know, I thought, well, from his angle, what's he doing? And you know, I asked some of my kids at my academy, what's this guy all about? And they said he's a bully, he's a dick. And so I think from his angle, it's like, he's thinking, who's the easiest guy that I can pick that'll give some validity to my name? It's like, I'm gonna pick the guy who just had a surgery, who's retired. If
I wanted to pick the easiest guy, I would have picked Dylan Dennis.
Well, we know
Dylan was too scared to sign the contract. You actually had the balls to sign the contract. So if I wanted the easiest guy, I would have picked Dylan.
Jake, you did pick Dylan. We know that. I've already went over that. You picked Dylan. I know he wouldn't do it.
But you just said I picked you.
Because Dylan wouldn't say yes, dum-dum.
You choking on your words, Bubba?
You picked
Choking on your
Dylan.
words, Bubba?
You picked Dylan. Dylan wouldn't sign the contract. Therefore, you can't fight Dylan, so you have to pick the next person. Okay?
But you said I picked you first. You said if I wanted the easiest person, it would have been Dylan. But you're saying I picked you as the easiest person.
Because Dylan wouldn't sign a contract. I'm trying for you to stop talking. Okay. So anyways, like, this is typical bully behavior, but obviously sometimes
this is the
bully
fucking
picks
fight
the wrong
game.
person.
This is the fucking fight game. You pussy ass bitch. This is the fucking fight game. Yeah, I'll bully you around just like I'm gonna bully you in the ring. Shut the fuck up. You sound like a middle schooler. Oh, he's bullying me. Shut the fuck up.
I was talking to your mentality. You're not gonna bully me. That's not gonna happen. And you know, like, Jake, if you and I ran into each other in the back alley in Las Vegas, and I wanted to
do it right now. Do it right now then. We're running into each other right now.
Someone's gonna stop you. You got like 27 people.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
And here's what actually happened is actually after my Nate Robinson fight, there was probably 70 people calling me out, wanting to fight me. And there was probably 6 people that made sense to fight. Bisping, McGregor, Diaz, Dennis, ASKREN, some YouTubers who are popular. But I wanted to fight a real MMA fighter. When it came to signing the contract, a lot of them didn't want to do it. And by the way, this is me coming to them with the biggest payday of their lives. This is Ben's biggest payday of his life. He's publicly said that. And so when it came down to signing the contract, he was actually down. So that's how it happened. And this fight makes sense. And you will embarrass the sport of MMA. You are representing the UFC. This is personal. You know, the whole MMA community.
You're trying to make me represent the sport of
No, you
MMA.
are representing the sport. Dana White is betting money on you. You know, he's trying to get trainers to actually help you train so that you can beat me. So you are representing the sport of MMA. You are an MMA fighter. Just like I'm representing the sport of boxing because I'm a boxer. Just like I'm representing celebrities and YouTubers because I'm a celebrity and a YouTuber. So I'm representing all of those things. So you are representing them, and you will see boxing conquer. You know, I don't have to do anything to get the attention of these guys. You know, they have to get the attention of me at this point. You know, they're talking about me more than I'm talking about them. So, you know, he's one of the first fighters on the list. Yeah, he's the first MMA fighter that will be taken down. I think this will make the Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor fight that will happen one day more intriguing, of course. But you know, there's Diaz after this. You know, there's tons of people calling me out, celebrities still, athletes. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this fight will give me a lot of credibility. You know, Ben's 19-2, has less losses than McGregor, two-time NCAA Division I champ, Olympic wrestler. So yeah, he's a real fighter, and that's why I wanted to do this fight, is to show the world like, yo, this real fighter's getting in with Jake Paul and he's gonna get KO'd in 2 rounds.
I mean, 2021 seems like a tremendous year to beat up the whole Paul family.
The fighter that I am now would knock out the fighter in the Nate Robinson fight. That is Jake Paul. So I'm completely different. And people will see I really haven't even gotten to show my boxing ability in my last 2 fights because they've both been like 4 minutes total, or like 7 minutes total. So, you know, I'm actually excited to see if Ben's gonna give me a little bit of a test, a little bit of a challenge, because then people will see, oh shit, this kid can do that. Oh, he has this in his arsenal. Oh, he's been working on that. I haven't even shown the world what I can do. That's why this is fun, because I have the ace up my sleeve, and when you have the ace up your sleeve in life,
Hey, I was wondering, your cheerleaders that you brought to my room, like, do you pay them as coaches or groupies, or do you just give them like sloppy seconds and social media shout-outs?
Yeah, I give them a ton of dry over the pants hand jobs. Maybe say your joke again, and we can all remember to laugh. Say it one more time, we can just all laugh afterwards, just so you feel good about yourself. Say it one more time for us. No?
Do you have another question?
Look at the cock on this guy. Look, we all have a lot to prove to the world, and I'm 24 years old. This is the biggest stage of my life. You know, the last event was the 8th biggest pay-per-view event in history. This one's gonna be even bigger. Justin Bieber, Snoop Dogg, Doja Cat. Are you kidding me? And you think for one moment I'm gonna sit there and fumble this? You think for one moment I'm not gonna work my bloody balls off to beat this bum? This Walmart-looking head-ass Napoleon Dynamite motherfucker? No. You gotta be kidding me. So, yeah, I'm excited for this, and I have a chip on my shoulder, and I'm gonna prove to the world April 17th. TrillerFightClub.com. Buy it now. But I'm gonna prove to the world that Jake Paul's the real deal, and that's why I called out Conor McGregor initially. This is the road to McGregor at the end of the day.
It's hard to say. His opponents were so bad that he could have pretty much done anything he wanted to and won the fight. So, yeah, I think TBD.
Great question. Definitely a boxing lifer. I'm addicted to this sport, and I will become the biggest prize fighter in boxing. Simple as that. And yeah, thank you for the compliment. Have a ton of power. I didn't really even get to utilize it against Nate. He went down, and I only landed 8 punches, and he was knocked down 3 times. Hey, it's your dad calling in.
Stuff that's made it successful.
It's your dad calling in. Look,
He's still alive?
he's still alive, bro. I'm about to take him out. Hey, he's still alive. Don't worry, I'm gonna finish him off. Yeah, don't worry.
Tell him I like the flip flops, man.
He said he likes your flip-flops. That's my guy Masvidal, maker of Ben Askren. Jake Paul will be the finisher of Ben Askren. Does that bother you, by the way, that you got knocked out in 5 seconds?
It happens.
Doesn't bother you?
Not really.
It doesn't really happen, by the way. That's only happened once.
Got a record.
You literally have the record, yeah.
I literally have the record,
You
yeah.
hold the record.
The record.
Yeah. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It doesn't like haunt you at all that like you're probably the most embarrassing fighter in UFC history.
Jake, I know you have low self-esteem, but you don't need to project it onto me.
So this clip doesn't bother you?
I've only seen it like a million times. Doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you?
No. Sure. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to throw knees in boxing, Jake.
Well, they're gonna knock you out. It's the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said earlier, I knew of Jake and Logan when I took the fight, but I didn't know like a whole lot about Logan or his little brother. And one of the things that I can't believe is in MMA, I was kind of the heel. I was kind of not liked that much. But Jake said in the pre-fight thing that it was 50 people wanted to win, 50 people wanted to lose, and I was shocked because it's got to be like 90-10. Pretty amazing how many people don't like you. I actually kind of find it pretty impressive, your ability to be disliked. That was a compliment.
At this point, bigger than the JJ fight, is there any interest in still fighting KSI, or have you outgrown him and you're just over that?
Yeah, definitely outgrown him. There's interest. I think that's a fight that everyone wants to see, but at this point, it just wouldn't even be close. And I think, once he sees what I do to Ben, yeah, he's not gonna want to fight. And yeah, like even his coaches say it. They're like, hey, we're not letting KSI fight this kid right now. So his coaches know. His coaches know what will happen. KSI's ducking. And at the end of the day, it's like there's a lot bigger fights out there than JJ. So
like they have somehow convinced their fans that they're real fighters. It's tremendous. It's it takes an act. It takes a show. He's done that. He says, pulling the fire truck, me and rice and chicken and shit like that. Like, I'm in this for life. That's tremendous. Appreciate that, Jake.
Suck a dick. There's room for everyone to eat. Gary Vee once said, you can build your skyscraper in New York as high as you want without tumbling over someone else's skyscraper. So why are people mad that I'm successful? Build up your own skyscraper, and there's room for everyone to eat in this sport, trust me.
I think it was a mass, not a tissue, but yeah, I would say like a 1 to 1.1, somewhere in there. Again, if Jake and I met in LA, I would just do a homicide if I wanted to, no big deal. I was most impressed by the fact that Jake, as a 24-year-old, is able to convince a whole team of grown men to do a cheer with him. That was tremendous.
It's called a team, a family, something that you don't have. Seems like you don't have really friends, and we're all in this together, and this means a lot to us. This means a lot to everyone. This is a part of history. Everyone on my team is a part of history, and we're a brotherhood. And quite literally, a bunch of 20-year-olds taking over the world. You sound stupid.